Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Destiny's Princess with Hanbei Takenaka. We're back. We're on to chapter 5, Blackout of Mind. Blackout of Mind. Not really sure what they're trying to get out of there, but alright. Princess, you need to get some sleep or you'll become weak. I lifted my head from where my chin had been in my hand. Before I realized it, it was dark outside. I must have been thinking for a long time. Yes, I know. I'll go to bed then. You may go. Yes, ma'am. Good night. My handmaid left my room. After waiting a few minutes, I too left the room, alone. I didn't expect to see you here alone this late at night. What happened? Hanabe greeted my sudden visit with a surprised look. Well, I'm sure it would. I just randomly visit Hanabe late at night. May I come in? Well, I don't mind, if you don't. Without answering, I slipped past Hanabe into the room. It should have been the room my late fiancé had used. I thought I might find something to jog my memory, but there was no trace left in the dreary room. Even his smell no longer lingered. Of course, I may not have been able to recognize it even if I had. I don't have any food or drink to offer you, but please have a seat. I accepted the offer to sit and then fixedly look at Hanabe. I'm prepared to tell you everything tonight. Everything? Hanabe's eyes sparkled. I nodded. He's so excited over it. You've had a lot of things that you found curious or strange, haven't you? I might have the answers that you're looking for. I knew it. Hanabe stepped eagerly forward. If anything weird is happening, if anyone would know why, it would be you. Why would it be me? I thought so all along. Yes, I apologize for not being able to tell you that sooner. It's fine. But why tell me now? Well, because I don't want to watch you suffer any longer. Me? It hurt me to see you so frustrated about things that weren't your own mistakes. The failed strategies that concern you, those weren't your strategies at all. What do you mean? Before I tell you that, there's something I need to ask you. I knew I might be able to do something very cruel. With that realization, I started to speak. Something to ask me. I can tell you the truth about everything, but I don't really want to tell you. To be honest, I don't want to tell you at all. And why is that? Well, it's because once I tell you, you won't be able to stay in this world anymore. For a moment, Hanabe caught off guard, but he spoke coolly. Do you mean I would die? I shook my head. Not die. You just go to another world. Another world? What on earth? I don't know exactly what it means either. All I know is once you learn the truth, it might happen. That's all. So, you have to choose. Do you want to hear what I have to say and maybe have to leave? Or not hear and stay? Hanabe was silent, his expression solemn. If you leave here, there might be a more peaceful land waiting for you. But if you go, the people of the castle here... I hung my head. I knew that by telling Hanabe this, it put a huge burden on him. That made saying it now all the more difficult. And even more so, knowing that my hesitation came from my own weakness and dishonesty. Do you honestly think I would choose to leave? His little voice was filled with hidden anger. I hurriedly lifted my head. Hanabe was glaring at me, his eyes ablaze and his fists tight, but his knuckles were white. To abandon all the soldiers injured by my tactics, and the men looking for me for help? Did you really think that poorly of me? After thinly shouting out, Hanabe was overtaken by a fit of coughs. Hanabe! I ran up to him and tried to rub his back. But he knocked away my hand. Hanbei, I never meant... You don't understand anything. After a curt interruption, Hanbei looked up at me. I understand now, princess. I won't ask any more questions, but I hope you consider giving me my due thanks for agreeing not to ask. Hanami tightly squeezed my arm, hanging at my side. Wait, what? What kind of thanks are we talking about? Hanami, you're hurting me, I pled, but Hanami didn't attempt to loosen his grip. Instead, he added the other arm, imprisoning me even tighter. I don't get it. I hadn't understood ever since that night you were hurt. His hand still locked onto my arms, and Hanami moved his face in close to mine. There's a part of me that loves you more than anyone else. But those feelings are so bittersweet, they feel more borrowed than my own. I'm different. I never had anything to do with such sappy feelings. Okay. Stop it! Your breath touched my neck was hot. I twisted my body and escaped from Hanabe's grip. And yet, you look at me like I'm a stranger. To look at that way by someone whom you love so much, it hurts. Do you have any idea how that feels? Stop it! At times like this, I just want to cut you up into a million pieces. Hanabe grunted a short laugh. How have we come this far without even a single kiss? Well, because of my fiancé. Because he had been the kind of person that wanted to wait until the wedding. Wow, that's really rare. Princess, the way I love you, I'm not strong enough to wait. After Hanabe coldly spoke, he suddenly let go of me. Hanabe? He turned his icy gaze on me. He looked as if he was a piece of trash tossed onto the side of the road. Tonight, you're going to do whatever I want. Be my plaything. Huh? You're not going to refuse, are you? Stand there and take off your clothes. Hanabe gestured right to the middle of the room. Was he really asking me to stand there, alone, naked? I felt my body getting burned up inside from anger and insult. I wanted to just say the hell with whatever happened next and leave the room. Just go. That's insane. Silently, I stood and turned away. Hanabe coolly called to my retreating back. What's the matter? I'm leaving. Oh, why? Why? I glared defiantly at Hanbe. You've got some nerve asking me that. I should think it's obvious. So, what you're saying is that you don't need me. If you want to leave, you can go as soon as you tell me everything. Every little detail. Since you must be confident you can defeat the demons even without my help. All of the castle's surviving vassals and subjects came to mind, as did the other 4 men whom I had summoned into this world. With Hanbe gone, all of them would surely suffer difficulty as well. Hanbe smiled, obviously amused, as I stood there petrified. It seems like you need me after all. What's wrong? What do you have to be embarrassed about? Originally, we were due to be married next month, were we not? I bit my lip. Of course. I'm not going to force you. If you want, you should leave now. Although I can't say for sure what will happen after you do. His smirk was somehow demon-like. He knew that I made many trips to the barracks, concerned for the injured. Whenever I was attacked by an opposition, he always protected me, regretting how he had chopped down the daisies he brought by bulbs to her planet. Deep down, he just had to be a good person. I looked at Hanbe with a grimace. I understand. I stood up, my back still turned, and let my robe fall from my shoulders. Uh-oh. Weren't you going to let me see that soft skin of yours? Oh. Oh. Are you going to let me see that soft skin of yours? Hanbe grunted a laugh of ridicule. I untied my belt and I did the tie around my waist and dropped my kimono. Silently, scolding my quivering fingers, I untied the strings of my undergarment. I forced all thoughts of the man watching me from behind from my mind and removed my underclothes. The light of the lamp illuminated me from the back. The light of the lamp illuminated me from the back. The fact was embarrassing beyond all comparison. Satisfied now? A laugh spilled from Hanabe's lips. What's so funny? I covered my chest and looking over my shoulder to see Hanabe still clutching his stomach, chuckling. How amusing. You really are new to this. Did you really think that relations between a man and woman end with getting undressed? Oh, dear. I... Face towards me. Hanabe spoke, a broad grin still on his face. You took off your clothes knowing what I was going to ask you. Do you... You took off your clothes knowing what I was going to ask you to do, did you not? You took off your clothes knowing what I was going to ask you to do, did you not? I'm just gonna glare at you. You suck. Happy now? Glaring fiercely, I faced Hanabe head on. I dropped my hands through my breast in plain view. I suddenly felt incredibly vulnerable, but I pushed past my timidity and stood strong. I'm impressed. Your determination is admirable. Oh, come here, princess. Hanabe beckoned me with his outstretched hand. His gaze moved over my body almost fondly. Good girl. My arm was pulled, and I got on my knees. A tear trailed down my cheek. I don't know how much time passed after that. When I woke from my light sleep, I could see the sky becoming light through a screen door. I'm guessing something happened. Yeah. I moved my heavy body out from under the blanket. Hanabe? I looked around the room. I saw Hanabe reading in the corner by the morning light. If you're up, you should go back to your room. If the maid comes to wake you and you aren't there, it will cause some chaos. Hanabe didn't glance my way even once. His sad eyes stayed fixed on his book. As I straightened my clothes and left, he made no move to say a single word. But he was so gentle last night. The way he taught, I fully expected him to do something much worse to me. His hands had been gentle, and while he hadn't spoken, he hadn't been rough. And plus, he didn't even try to go all the way. Oh, okay. I wanted to just show I could feel about that man, about Hanbei. Oh, just how? It was like, show? I no longer had any idea. Oh, that was it. Okay. Let's see. 67! Yes, that's good. That was interesting. I feel like a lot of time skipped between the last one, but I know it didn't. It's just odd. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Kaze out. Bye, guys.